open. So just choosing how you want to lie down, and let's bring our hands onto our bellies and relax the shoulders. So take a nice deep breath in and out. And breathe in again and out. Good. So just breathing in through the nose and just start to feel the stomach rise and fall. So inhale and exhale. Breathe deeply and slowly. So really breathing into the belly and out. And we're breathing into our lower lungs. So as we breathe deeply into our lower lungs, it pushes our diaphragm down and it gives us that sensation that the belly is filling up with the air. So really breathing into the belly and out. Breathe deeply and slowly. So just really focus on that belly rising and falling. Breathing in and out. Good, and then let's take our hands onto our ribs, take the elbows out to the side and breathe into the ribs. So we're breathing into the middle of the lungs. Expanding and breathing deeply. And then take your hands onto the chest, onto the ribs, and breathe in and out. So breathing into the top of the lungs, which is particularly good for our sinuses. So breathe into that area. And then we'll take the hands back down onto the belly. So breathe into all three parts of the lungs, breathing into the stomach, ribs and chest, and then out. We get fully oxygenated blood around the whole body. We're keeping our respiratory systems healthy. We're helping our immune system. This deep lung filling breath is one of the best breathing practices we can do. Good, and then bringing your knees back up together, taking the feet flat on the floor. And let's just take our hands over our heads and bend our elbows and hold on to one of the wrists. So soften your shoulders, keep the shoulders soft, the elbows bent. And again, take another deep breath in and out. Breathe in again and out. Good, and then bringing the hands down and take a breath in. And then we're going to exhale, tuck our tailbone up, push the spine into the mat and just hold the pelvis slightly tilting up, engaging our lower core and the pelvic floor. Keep breathing deeply, but really engaging through the lower muscles in the body. And then release down. Breathe in again. Exhale, tuck the tailbone up, push the spine into the mat, engage through that whole pelvic floor and core area. And then release down. And then breathe in again, take your hands over your head, see if you can hold on to your opposite wrist, soften the shoulders and the elbows. Take a breath in. Exhale, tuck the tailbone up, push the spine into the mat. Engage through your lower core and pelvic floor and then lift the belly up, lift the pelvis up, but keep engaging. So really keeping strong through the lower body. Opening up through the chest, breathe deeply into the body. And then lower down, lower the pelvis, take the arms back down. So we're going to move with the arms and the pelvis, coming into a bridge and then lowering. So those that have done the Thursday morning class before, we have done this. So just make sure you've got room above your head, you're not going to bang your arms on anything. So we're going to breathe in, lift the pelvis, lift the arms up. And as we lift up and breathe in, we lower the hands behind us. And then we exhale, lower the body and bring the arms back down. So it's a nice flowing movement with the breath. So breathing in, lifting up, raising the body. Exhaling, lowering down, lowering the pelvis, bring the hands down. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, lower down. And then breathe in, lift up. This time, keep the pelvis lifted, keep the arms lifted. Try and bend your elbows and just open up through the chest a bit more. Raise the pelvis up, release your glutes. And just take a few deep breaths into the belly here. So we're opening up through the shoulders, chest, the heart space, the whole front of the body. Breathe deeply. And then lower down. Good. So give yourself a nice knee hug. Rock from side to side. So really massaging the spine into the mat. Hold the knees together and circle one way. And then we'll circle the other way. Good. And then take the hands on the knees, a bit like breaststroke, but just circling the knees wide and bringing them back in. Just circling the knees out. And we're opening up our hips and our lower back. Good, and then change directions, go the other way, breathing deeply. Good, and then taking the feet flat onto the floor, knees together. Open out your knees, so you're opening out your hips, your pelvis and the lower back. And again, we'll lift our hands over our heads and maybe take the palms apart. So you've got your elbows bent. So it's a bit like having a pea and a fork. You've just got your elbows out to the side, palms facing up. So just close the eyes, opening out those hips, the shoulders and chest. And let's take some lung filling breaths. So breathing into the stomach, ribs and chest. and out. Breathe into the stomach, ribs, chest, and out. Do 2 more times. Stomach, ribs, chest, and out. One more time. And out. Good. And then bring those knees back up and hug your right knee up. So bring the knee up to the body, stretch into your hips, your hamstrings, your lower back. Hold it there, breathe deeply. Good. Take the hand on the back of the thigh and hug the knee up a bit more, really stretching out the hips and the lower back. And then maybe stretch that right leg up a bit, keeping the knee bent, but just as you have your knee bent and you stretch the leg up, it stretches the hamstrings out a bit more. Good, and then let's cross that right leg over our left. So we're going to open the hip out nice and wide. So taking your right hand on the inside of the knee and just push that knee away from the body, left hand on the hip. And breathe deeply into the belly. Inhale and exhale. So really important to do the deep belly breathing, as this is going to help that deep hip flexor in our hips relax a bit more. And then take your hand down a bit lower. Push that hip open a bit more. Good. Now release the hand. So if you can, you're going to take the left foot off the floor. Keep the knee wide, and you're either taking both hands through that left leg and hugging, or one hand on the right and one hand on the left, and just bring the knees in. But just keep the knee opening out nice and wide. Feeling that deep stretch into the hips, the glutes, the lower back, maybe in the hamstrings. And then see if you can stretch your left leg up today as well, and bring those legs a little bit closer. And if you're feeling like you want to, maybe you can even lift the head up towards the legs. Yeah, so just stretching up. Brilliant. And then lower down. So as we lower down, just bend the left knee, release the hands, and take that left foot down. Now keep the knee nice and wide. We did this one last week, so we're not sliding the legs together. That right knee is staying open, and then we're just gently rolling over to the left side. And as you do this, it's a stretch into the outside of your hips and your lower back in a different way. Breathe deeply, just go as far as comfortable for you. And then we'll raise ourselves back up. Now slide your right leg over now. So now we are hooking the knees together, and we're coming in a bit more of a spinal twist. So taking the knees now over to the left side. Take that left hand on your right leg, right arm out to the side, and look over to the right side. Feel that nice deep stretch and release through our spine, into the legs, the shoulders, the chest. Keep breathing deeply. And then raising the legs back up. And release that right leg. Good. So hug your left knee up, bringing the hands on the back of the thigh, stretching into the back of the leg, breathing deeply. Inhale and exhale. So I've done it the wrong way around. I'll switch back the other way. So take the hands on the front of the knee now. Hold it there. Hands on the back of the thigh again, and then bend the knee and just bring the foot up towards the roof. Breathe deeply. So working a bit more into the hamstrings. And then release the leg and take your left foot, cross it over the right knee. So nice and wide with the knee, left hand on the inner thigh, right hand on the hip, stretching open there. Breathe deeply and slowly. Take the hand down and stretch open a bit more. Good. And then if you can, take the right foot off, hug to the back of the knees, or one hand on each thigh and just bring the knees in. Hold it there, breathe deeply. Good, and then lower the leg down. So from here, keeping that left knee nice and open, we're going to roll over to the right side. So one side might feel tighter than the other. Just breathe into it, releasing the hips and the lower back. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, and then raising up. And then sliding the left leg over, hooking the knees together. And then roll over to your right side. So right hand on that leg, left arm out to the side and looking over to your left side. Really nice twist and release for that spine and the lower back, breathing deeply. Also opening up for our shoulders and our chest. And then we'll come back to center and release the legs. Bringing the knees up, let's give ourselves a nice knee hug and rock from side to side. So we're going to roll over and come onto our bellies to do some work for our lower backs, to strengthen the lower back. So we'll start in Sphinx pose. So you're on your forearms, and then you just walk your elbows in so that the elbows are sort of in between the shoulders, so the elbows are narrower than the shoulder width, and then you're trying to get your arms nice and straight next to each other, and then you're lifting up. And it's quite good just to move the hips to make sure we're not tightening through the glutes, and just gaze in front and breathe deeply and slowly. So we're inhaling and exhaling, breathing in and out. Breathing deeply and slowly. And take a couple more deep breaths in and out. And then bend your right knee and bring your heel in. And so we're just bringing the heel towards us. So for some of you that might be enough. For others you might be able to reach your right hand around and get the foot or somewhere on the leg. But don't worry if you can't do that. Just keep the hand down. And then lower down. So we'll do the left side, bending the left knee, bringing the heel in, either holding it there, or some of you might reach around with the left hand to get the foot. Good, and then we'll lower down. So we're going to bring the forehead down onto the mat. We'll take our hands under our shoulders, and then you tuck your elbows into your ribs. So breathe in, and exhale, lift up, raise the body up. So coming into a baby cobra with our elbows bent. Try not to clench the glutes here. Try and release and let go through the glutes. And then lower down. So breathe in. Exhale, lift up. This time if you can, so you can take the hands off and just float them in the air, coming into a baby cobra again. Try and release the glutes a little bit so that the strengthening's through the back. And then lower. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in. And exhale, lift up. Hold it there. Hands floating. Try and release the glutes a bit. And then lower down. Good. Now we're going to take our hands down by our sides. We've still got our forehead down. We're going to breathe in and exhale. Raise the head, raise the hands. And some of you might also take your feet off the ground. This is really strengthening this lower back area. And then lower. Good. We'll do it one more time. Breathe in. Exhale, lifting up the head, arms, and if you want to, lift the legs up too. And then lower down. Good. So let's take our hands back down. Let's stretch back into child pose. Forehead down, we're going to sit back towards the heels, take our head down and hands by the feet. If that's too strong for you, do puppy dog, head down and hips up in the air. So either of those are fine. Good, and then we're going to raise ourselves up. And then we're going to come into cat pose on our hands and knees. So we'll spread our fingers nice and wide. Taking the knees apart about hip width, and then we're having the knees and the hips, the wrists, the elbows, shoulders all in line. Good, so breathing in, stretching open. Exhale, drop the head and neck, arch the spine, lift the belly up and in. Breathe in, stretch and open. Exhale down. Breathe in, stretch and open. Exhale down. Breathe in, stretch and open. Exhale down. Breathe in, stretch and open. And down. Breathe in, stretch and open. And down. Good. And then coming back with a flat back, let's take our right leg out behind us, push the heel away and just stretch out through the lower leg. Breathing deeply and slowly, holding it there. And then take that knee down. Let's take the left leg out, stretch it out behind us, hold it there, breathing deeply. And then lower down. If you need to, release the wrist for a moment. So we'll take our hands back down. So we're going to breathe in, raise the right leg up, stretching it open through the chest. And then exhale, drop the head and neck and bring the knee towards the head. So you're not going all the way. So you're breathing in, stretching open, lift the leg. And exhale, lower down. Breathe in, stretching open. Exhale down. Breathe in, stretching open. And down. One more, breathe in, stretching open. Really lift the leg up nice and high. And then lower down. Good, so we'll do the other side. If you need to, kind of release the wrists in between. So again, we're breathing in, stretching the head, raising the leg up. And then we're bringing the head down, bringing the knee in. Breathe in, stretching open. Exhale, lower down. Breathe in, stretching open. Exhale, lower down. Last one, breathe in, stretching open. And then lower down. Good. So we'll come down onto our forearms. We'll do a low dolphin. So we're interlacing our fingers, taking the elbows out to the side. Lift up with the core muscles and then just breathing forward and exhale, stretch back. So breathing in forward, exhaling back. Breathing in forward, exhaling back. Breathing forward, exhale back. Good. So let's do a couple more. Forward and back. Keep lifting up with your core. Good. And then we'll come back, raise ourselves back up. So we're going to work on the right side again. So breathe in, open the knee out. Exhale, lower down. We'll keep opening the knee out to the side. Breathe in, open the knee out. and then lower down. So it's really good for the hips, the sacrum, the lower back. Breathe in, open, and lower. And then one more, we lift it up, hold it there. Breathe deeply, and then lower down. So we do the other side. Breathe in, lift that left knee up, and lower. Breathe in, lift up, and lower. Breathe in, lift up, and lower. And one more time, lift it up, hold it there. Really opening up those hips, and then lower down. Good, so we'll do another dolphin. We'll come onto the forearms, interlacing the fingers, lift with your core, and then breathing forward, and exhale back. So really stretch and open through the shoulders, the chest. We're strengthening our core and back as well, and also strengthening the arms. So keep breathing deeply and slowly. Good. And then we'll come back. Okay, so we're going to come up onto the hands and knees. For those that came last night, we did this one on Wednesday night yoga. So we're going to turn our left heel out to the side. So your left knee's bent, and then your left foot is going on the outside of your mat. So that's going to support you and keep you balanced as you stretch your right leg back, and then stretch your right arm up and through. So that left foot comes behind you to help you stay balanced. Brilliant. So hold it there. Feel that stretch through the whole of the side of the body. Take some nice deep breaths in and out as you hold it here. Breathing deeply and slowly, feeling that deep side stretch. Good. And then we'll lower down. So bring the right knee down. Take that left foot back onto the mat, and we'll do the right side. So right foot out to the side, left foot stretches down, left arm comes up, and really breathe deeply, feeling that lovely stretch through the whole of the left side of the body. Good, and then lower down. So we can do it each side again. So bringing the right foot back, take the left foot out, right leg down, right arm up, stretch through the fingers to the toes, breathing deeply and slowly. And then down. And we'll do the other side, left foot in, right foot out to the side. Take that leg out, left leg out, and left arm up. Breathe deeply. And then lower down. Good, so really nice stretch out. I'm feeling a bit too warm. I'll take my jumper off. Okay, so we're going to come back onto our hands and knees. Spread our fingers nice and wide, and then we're going to step our right foot through. So have your knee over your ankle, and you can always take that foot a little bit wider if you want to really feel a bit more stable as you lift up. And then we'll breathe in, lift up, take the shoulders back and round. Good. So coming into our low lunge. So we're stretching and opening through the chest, breathing deeply. And then from here, we're going to take our hands behind us. So you've got a few options. The strongest version is interlacing the fingers and stretching the arms away, really pulling the shoulders back. But if that feels too strong, you can hold onto your elbows or even the wrists and lower down a bit. But this is really good for breathing deep into the lungs, opening up the heart space, breathing deeply. Inhale and exhale. Really pulling our shoulders back, and we're correcting our posture as we do this. Good, and then bringing the hands back to heart space. So we'll take a breath in, and then we're going to fold down. So taking your left hand and right hand down, one either side of the foot. And then we're going to come in for the twist through the spine. So we're going to breathe in and lift our right arm up, stretch up towards the roof. And if your neck's okay, you can look up at your fingers. So Feel that twist and stretch through the spine, but also opening up through the shoulders and chest. Breathing in and out, breathing deeply and slowly. Good, and then we'll lower down and we'll do the other side. So let's breathe in, lift our left arm up, take the right hand down, stretching open. And then lower down. Good. So we'll breathe in, raise up again. Hands to heart space, and one more time, either holding on to your elbows or interlace your fingers and pull those shoulders back and stretching open and breathe into the chest, into the ribs, into the middle of the lungs. Good, and then lower down, taking the hands down, and we're going to swap the legs over. So let's take that left foot through, knee over ankle. To feel more steady, you can walk your left leg a little bit wider to the side of the mat, and then breathe in, lift up, taking the hands together and the shoulders back and round, opening up through the chest, breathing deeply. Good, hands behind the back again, or hold on to your opposite elbows, stretch and open up. Breathe in and out. And then bringing the hands back. And then from here we'll fold down, so we're going to do the twist. So one hand on either side of the foot. We'll start with the left side. So breathe in, lift that left arm up, stretch and open, raise up towards the roof. Inhale and exhale. And then lower down. Breathe in, stretch up with the right arm. Inhale and exhale. And then lower down. Good. So let's bring that left foot back. We're going to move into pigeon pose. So starting with the right side, slide the right knee through. Take your right foot over to your left side and then walk that left leg back. So we're going to lift up onto our fingertips. Take the shoulders back and round. So as you do this, we're strengthening our back again here as we lift up. It's a bit like the cobra stretch. We're opening up through our shoulders and chest, but now we're really working into the glutes and the hips and the thighs. So breathing deeply and slowly. Inhale and exhale. Feel that opening up through your chest as you lift and stretch and open. And then we'll come down for a sleeping pigeon. So you might come onto your forearms, you might bend your elbows, bring your fingers and thumbs to touch and rest the head down if you've got space, and if that's comfortable for you, you can take the arms out in front. Just make sure your weight is coming onto your left side now as you bring your head down. Hold it here, breathing deeply and slowly. And then raising up. Sliding the knee back. And let's do the left side. So slide that left knee through. Take your left foot over to your right side. Slide the right leg back. Lift onto your fingertips. Feel that opening through your chest again. Working into our lower back as well. Working into our hips and into our thighs. So it's one of my favourite postures. It does so many things for the body, but it can be a bit tricky to start with as well. So just hold it here, breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. And then coming into sleeping pigeon, so choosing your arms on the forearms, elbows out, hands in, or straightening up a bit more, and your weight comes to that right side as you take your head down. Good, and then lifting up, coming onto the hands, and slide your left knee back. And now we're going to do the sort of frog pose, which is the feet together and the knees wide apart, but really good for our hips. So again, if you've got any knee issues, you just come onto your forearms with the head down. Otherwise, you're sitting back towards the heels, bringing the elbows out to the side, fingers and thumbs touching, and rest that head down and breathe deeply. And then raising up. Good, and then let's come onto our hands and knees, breathe in and exhale, lift up, downward facing dog. Walking out through the hamstrings, the calf muscles, stretching out our lower back, breathing deeply and slowly, inhaling and exhaling. And then maybe just holding it there, really stretching out the back of the legs, breathing in and out. And then we'll come down and we'll come and sit. So we're going to do a mudra breath. So this one is called Vayu Mudra. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's a bit like Chin Mudra. When we go into Chin Mudra, we have our fingers and thumbs touching with the palms facing up. With Vayu Mudra, we tuck that first finger in and just place the thumb on top. So the thumb is holding the first finger in, the the palms are facing up, and we take our shoulders back and round. So yeah, holding the first finger in and closing the eyes. So let's start to take some nice deep breaths in and out. Breathing in through the nose and out. And then this one's going to help us really breathe deeply into the heart space, into our ribs, into sort of middle and upper lungs a bit more. So it's helping us deepen our breath and direct the breath into the chest and the ribs. So whilst we're breathing into that part of the lungs, that's helping our respiratory system. And it's helping our nervous systems too. So this deep breathing has a really positive impact on our immune system. It's also helping us with our heart. So let's take 10 more deep breaths in and out here. Just relax the shoulders if you're tensing your shoulders. Good, and then we'll take our hands onto our knees. Slowly opening the eyes when you're ready. And then just let's move the shoulders back and round. So just releasing those shoulders. Good, and we'll do some head and neck circles. So we're just going to breathe in, circle, raise the head up. Exhale, take it round and down. Breathing in, circling, raising up. Exhale, down and around. Breathe in, circle, raise up. And we'll go down and around. Good, and then we'll go the other way. Circling, raising the head up. Taking the head down and round. So do that one more time. Good, and then as you bring the chin down this time, take your shoulders back and then either holding onto your opposite elbows or interlace those fingers, pull your shoulders back, breathe in and then gently fold forward. So really stretching and opening through the shoulders and chest, stretching into our lower backs, breathing deeply. And then raising up and just pull your shoulders back a bit more as you lift up. And then let go. Good, so we'll do our lower back and hip stretch, which is one of my favourite ones to do at the moment as well. So just walking forwards with the fingers. And this is so good for getting into those hips, the lower back, the pelvis, the sacrum. Particularly good as we're sitting down so much at the moment, or at home a lot more. So we're a bit more sedentary than we might be. So relaxing the head and stretching out the back and the hips. And then walking back up. Bring that right foot behind, left foot in front or left foot on the thigh. And again, gently walking forward, getting to your maximum spot, hold it there and relax the head and neck. Raising back up. Good, and release that right leg or left leg, so maybe swap over again. And then take your right hand behind, left hand on your right knee, breathe in, lift. Exhale, twist, look over the shoulder. So really lifting up through the spine, releasing the hips and the lower back. Breathing deeply, opening up through our chest as well. And then coming back to center. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind, breathe in, lift, open up, twist and breathe deeply as you hold it there. And then coming back to center. So let's bring the feet together, hands on the feet, open your knees out, shoulders back. And then gently fold forward, tuck your elbows in, relax the head and neck down, and maybe get your fingers and open those feet out and open your hips out as you do that. And really stretch out that lower back again, breathe deeply. Good, and then raising up. So let's take our right foot out to the side. So we've got our left foot in. So we've got this nice opening with the hips, and then we're walking over to our right side. So you might need to bend the knee to protect the hamstrings and the lower back. And just take the hands as far as comfortable for you. Breathing deeply. We've done a lot to stretch and open the hips, so hopefully you'll feel okay, but it's good with this one just to be a bit cautious and bend the knee as much as you need to and not overstretch. Hold it there, breathe deeply. Good, and then let's take that right hand onto our right leg. It might be the knees, the shins, the ankles. Some of you might reach the toes. Again, bend the knee as much as you need to. So don't worry about reaching for the toes, just go wherever you can. And then let's take that left arm over. So it's a bit like a ballerina stretching against a pole as we stretch it over and hold it there. So really opening up through the chest, breathing deeply. And then raising up. So take that left hand behind you and stretch the right arm over, stretching through the waist up to the fingertips, breathing deeply. Good, and then bring the hand down. So we're going to open the legs out nice and wide. Again, remember to bend the knees here, because if the lower back's a bit weak or if the hamstrings are really tight and you just force yourself forward, you'll strain yourself. So important to listen to the body rather than just sort of do what I'm doing, just feel into it yourself. Shoulders back and gently walk forward. So if you walk forward and it feels a bit tight, just raise those knees up a bit. Hold it there, breathing deeply. So this is so good for our hamstrings, our hips, our lower back. Getting into the inner thighs as well. Stretching and opening out, breathing deeply. And then raising up. Good, let's bring that left foot in. Sorry, right foot in. Confuse everybody. And then walking over to your left side. And again, it feels different normally on each side. So one side you might have been okay with a straight leg. On the other side, you might need to bend it a bit more. So just pay attention to what your body's feeling like on each side and adjust yourself as you need to. Breathe deeply. And then let's take that left hand somewhere on the leg, or some of you will reach the toes, or some of you will be a bit higher. Bending the knee if you need to. And let's take that nice stretch over with our right arm. So you're sort of stretching and opening up towards the roof rather than folding down. Breathing deeply. And then raising up. Right hand down and left arm over. Stretch out the other way. So as we do this open and stretch, it's helping us stretch and open through the ribs and the chest, which helps us breathe deeper into our lungs too. Keeping that whole area nice and healthy as we raise up, and then let's take the legs out wide again. So you can again bend the knees. So this time we're going to take the hands on the legs, and as we fold forward, we're just going to take our hands down to the place where that's enough of a stretch for us, bending our knees if we need to. And just make sure you haven't sort of hunched your shoulders, just draw your shoulders away. So it's like your chest is heading forward in front of the body, rather than kind of stretching through the lower back and trying to bring the head down. It's more of an open up and widen through the chest with the shoulders back. Good. Hold it there, breathe deeply. Thinking back to when we were 5 and this was so easy. We would have just stretched and put our heads down probably. And then raising up. Good. Carefully bringing the legs in. We'll do a forward fold. So again, you can bend the knees as much as you need to. Shoulders back, breathe in, lift up. And then fold down. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Stretching out through the back of the legs. Breathing deeply and slowly. Inhale and exhale. Good, and then raising up. So we're going to bring our right leg in, open our hip out, take the shoulders back and round, and take our right hand behind us. And then we're going to take our left arm over. I'm going to breathe in, lift up, and twist, look over the shoulder behind us, hold it there, breathe deeply. So feel that twist coming from your lower spine, but we still open up. So with these twists, we're really opening up into our shoulders, chest and heart space. Breathing deeply. And then we'll come back the other way. So let's walk the hands back around. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind. Breathe in, lift, twist and open. Breathe deeply. And then coming back to center. As we come back to center, we're going to bring our right knee up, and then we'll take our right hand behind us, and then hug your left arm around. Breathe in, lift and twist, look over your right shoulder. Hold it there, inhale and exhale. Come back to center. You're going to lift your right leg and take it over your left, if that's okay. And keep that right hand behind you And see if you can lift up this time with that left arm, and maybe you can bring it over your knee. And then from there, we're going to look over the right shoulder again. Look kind of like this, twisting and opening. So feeling it through the hips, the waist, the spine, but we've got this nice opening through our shoulders and chest. Breathing deeply again. Good. And then coming back to center. So we'll release out that right leg and we'll do our left side. So bring the foot in, open the knee out, sitting up nice and tall, taking the right hand behind. Actually, do it the other way. So right hand onto left knee, left hand behind, and lift up, twist, hold it there, breathe deeply. And then come back to center, left hand on right knee, right hand behind, lift and open. Coming back to center, so let's bring that left knee up. For the first one, we're hugging with our right arm, taking the left hand behind. You've got your left hand behind and your right hand hugs over, and then we'll look over that left shoulder. Hold it there, breathe deeply. Good, and then coming back to center, and then taking your left leg and crossing it over your right. Good, so we've got our left hand behind us, left leg crossed over, breathing up with our right arm, and then we bring it over and we twist and open that bit more and look over the shoulder behind us. Breathe deeply, stretch and open. So really working on our hips, our chest, our lower back and our shoulders today. Breathing in and out. And then we'll come back to center. We'll do one more forward fold and then we'll do relaxation. So breathing in, lifting up, exhale, fold down, relax the head and neck, let the shoulders go. Really stretch that back out and breathe deeply. Good, and then raising up and we'll come onto our back. So just bringing the feet flat on the floor when you come down and just gently moving the knees from side to side. So just a nice gentle massage for the pelvis and the muscles in the lower back as we rock from side to side. Good, and then from there, choosing how you want to have your legs. So maybe keeping the feet on the floor with the knees bent, maybe opening your knees out, or maybe straightening your legs. So just choosing how you want to lie. And again, you could have your hands on your bellies or hands down by the side. And then from there, just taking some deep breaths in and out. And gently moving the head from side to side, stretching through the neck. Good, and then we'll bring the head back to center. Breathe in, lift the shoulders to the ears, and then let them go. Breathe in, squeeze the face, clench the jaw, and let go. Breathe in, clench the fist, squeeze the arms, and let go. Breathe in, squeeze the legs down to the feet, and let go. So just allowing yourselves to relax. Allowing yourselves to let go. So with each exhale, just get heavier and heavier. With each exhale, relax deeper and deeper. Allowing the body to release and let go. Allowing the body to be supported by the mat as you relax and let go. You're feeling the head getting heavy, feeling the arms getting heavy, feeling the chest and the upper back getting heavy, feeling the hips, the pelvis and the lower back getting heavy, feeling the head, the legs getting heavy, the feet, the ankles getting heavy, feeling the toes relax, the fingers relax. Feeling the muscles in the face relax, so maybe moving the jaw, make sure it's relaxed. Checking the hips Are they relaxed? So just letting the legs, the hips relax. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling, releasing down further. Breathing in and exhaling, releasing down further. Just relaxing and letting go. Just keeping the eyes closed. Just breathing deeply and slowly. Just inhaling and exhaling. Taking a nice long deep breath in and out. Breathing in again and out. And then breathing in, putting the hands up over the head, stretching and opening through the shoulders and chest. Breathing in through the nose and out. Breathe in through the nose and out. And then bringing your knees up to your chest, give yourself a Nice knee hug. Rock from side to side, massaging the spine into the mat. Good, and then on there, either roll onto one side or rock yourself back up to seated, bringing the palms together. Good, and then from there, we're going to breathe in, raise the hands up, and exhale, lower. Breathe in, raise up, and lower. Breathe in, raise up, take the hands apart, and exhale there. And then inhale, bring the hands back to heart space, and then we'll open our eyes and say